Hello, I've been in New York for the past 4 days and I've been having the time of my life. It's really beautiful out here. I love the buildings, I love the scenery. Every corner of the street that I've been to has food. There's always a food store, and it's not just one, it's multiple places where you can get food. Good and bad things have happened to me, of course, because you can't move to a new place without something going wrong. It's now Friday, but I left home on Monday with an Uber to come to New York because my ride fell through the last minute, so I had to think of something really quick, and the next best thing that would get me here on time was an Uber. So I ordered an Uber through my Uber app. It took 3 hours and 31 minutes of me being on the road for me to get to New York. But actually, when I was in the car, the ride felt really short. It didn't feel like I had been in there for 3 hours. There were times where I was like, okay, when am I gonna get to New York? But then when I finally got here, I was like, that was a really fast ride. The Uber ride was really smooth. The guy who drove me here was really sweet. And what's funny is that when we were talking, he told me he went to the high school that I graduated from, so that was kind of cool. But he also lived in New York, so he told me some places that I could visit. He told me I should go to the fashion district, and he told me I should go to like Koreatown and I think Chinatown. Everyone who I told that I Ubered here was asking me if it was like $1,000, because like, who Ubers to New York, right? Like, you either take a plane or you take the train, which is cheaper. But it had been so last minute that I had no other option, so I Ubered here, and that ended up costing me $350, and then plus the tips, of course. A lot of the fees that I got charged from the Uber was from the toll booths. The toll booths were charging me like $20, $10. It was just a bunch of fees adding up, and then on top of that, the fees that Uber added on top. Originally, it was supposed to cost me $295. The good news is I made it here safely. I've been having the time of my life. Here's a list of bad things that have happened to me since I've been in New York. I got locked out of my room. Yes, I got locked out of my room. I went to use the bathroom, and then when I came back, I realized that I was locked out of my room, so I had to figure out a way to get back into my room. And the worst part about me getting locked out of my room was I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't even use the Google Maps to find the building where I was supposed to go to. So I had to ask the security people to literally help me because I would have been lost and outside of my room. The next bad thing that has happened to me is when I was on the subway, I didn't sit down fast enough and the train started moving, and I almost fell and cracked my skull. The funniest part was the guy who was sitting right next to me started kicking me with his knees because he was trying to hold on to his food so I wouldn't fall on him and fall over his food. But I was just like, sir, you see me falling and you're kicking me with your knees too? Already I'm miserable and you're adding on to my misery. So I ended up grabbing onto one of those rails on the subway. I sat down and we went to Target, and on the way there we got lost. We got lost on the subway. It was kind of funny. The Target that we went to was so fancy. It has 3 levels, 3 whole levels, and all of them have like escalators. So my favorite part so far has been that when I went to this smoothie place, the cashier there spoke Swahili. He asked me if I spoke Swahili because I ordered a Tano smoothie. Tano means 5 in Swahili. So when I said I want a Tano smoothie, he was like, do you speak Swahili? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, how did you know? And then he was like, well, I knew because you said Tano the right way. Most people don't say Tano the right way. So I met someone who spoke Swahili. He's Ethiopian, but he lived in Nairobi for like a couple of years, so he picked up on some Swahili, and he was really sweet. The next time when I went back, I ordered a small smoothie, but he gave me a medium, and the smoothie was so good. Everything here is so good. The food is really good. The smoothies are good. You can walk around to get food. Literally, there's like 10,000 stores to get food near me, and that's really good because I love eating. I love getting food. So I've been having the time of my life. Anyway, I will see you in my next video as per usual, and thank you so much for watching.